Thursday, May 22nd, 2014. Coming to you from the beautiful University of South Florida campus in Tampa, it's USF Housing Live! Please. There's not really an applause sign off camera, I promise. All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Gregory Bowers, and I work with Housing and Residential Education here at the beautiful University of South Florida. So, we're very excited to be bringing episode 2 of USF Housing Live to you, and we've made a few changes. We're going to have different segments throughout the show where you'll get to meet one-on-one or two-on-one with many of our experts from around campus. We've also added a new element, and that is our studio audience. How are we doing, audience? All right. So you may hear them reacting during the show, such as something scary happening. Oh, or something really fascinating. Oh, I like that. Or stolen kiss. That sounded very similar to fascinating. Is that right? Did I hear that? I think I did. So anyway, we want you to ask us questions during the show. So to help you learn how that works, we've prepared a short video. So we're going to go ahead and roll that, and we'll be right back after this. If you have a YouTube account, please take this time to sign in so you can post questions in the comments section during the show. Don't have a YouTube or Google account? Think again. Every USF student has a Google account. To get started, click the Sign In button. Next, type in your USF email address. Don't type in a password, just click the Sign In button. Then, you will be prompted with the USF NetID login screen. Type in your NetID and password, then click Sign In. Congratulations, you are now signed in to YouTube with your Google account. Now that you are signed in, please click the subscribe button. You can do this on our YouTube channel page or below the player on each video page. All right, welcome back. We hope that video helped you out so you can learn a little bit about how to log into YouTube with your USF account and ask us any questions that you may have. So our first guest is Ashley Horowitz from Dining Services. So welcome, Ashley.
Hi, thank you.
So Ashley, to get things going, could you tell us a little bit about what it is you do here?
So my name is Ashley Horowitz, and I am the Director of Marketing for USF Dining Services.
All right, fascinating. And can you let me know something? I've been hearing this from students, and that is that the dining halls are for more than just a place to eat. So could you make sense out of that for me, please?
Absolutely, Greg. So for those of you in the studio audience, the dining halls are a great place to go. You don't just eat there. You can also study there, but you can also hang out with your friends. We have events programmed throughout the entire semester. You can go to Fresh Food Company, and we might have an Oscar night, so you can walk down the red carpet and enjoy great flavors from all different types of food. So it's not just eating. You can come, you can study, you can eat, and hang out.
Great. Can you tell me, for our residents coming in the fall, what do they need to do to get their meal plan?
Sure. So for students coming in the fall, all you have to do is go on usfdining.com from the comfort of your own home, and you can sign up for your meal plan there. If you're on campus, you can walk into our office in the Marshall Student Center, room 1502, or you can always give us a call at 813-974-4499, and we'll make sure a dining representative helps you out.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about the different purchase options available for meal plans in the fall?
Absolutely. So in the fall, we have a bunch of options for you. You can, of course, pay your meal plan in full, no problem. We also have an easy payment plan, which actually breaks up your payment for your meal plan into 4 payments, so that's a little bit easier for you over the course of the semester. We also, if you have any financial concerns or questions, you can give our office a call, and we're going to be able to help you sort through anything as far as your financial package is concerned.
Great. And actually, along those lines, I know you're not a financial aid expert, but can you tell us, is financial aid connected to dining in any way?
Well, if you are receiving financial awards, you are able to apply them to the cost of your meal plan. It is a little tricky, so everyone bear with me in the sense that if you have questions, please do not hesitate to give us a call so we can help you in your specific financial package questions on a case-by-case basis. But in order to defer the cost of your meal plan, which means that you're using your financial package to pay for your meal plan, you have to meet 3 criteria. Number 1 would be living in on-campus housing. Number 2, your total charges of tuition, housing, and fees must be in excess of $2330. So what that means is if I'm a student and my tuition, housing, and fee charges are $6,000, I must have at least $8330 to be considered for a meal plan deferment. Remember, deferments number 3, you have to verify your eligibility on OASIS, and those typically show up in the beginning of August for fall.
Great, thank you. Also, we get questions from time to time from students with special dietary needs. So what offerings are available in the halls for them?
Well, we actually have a full-time registered dietitian. Her name is Christina Berry. You'll see her when you come for orientation, and she's also on the USF Dining website. Christina Berry's a great resource to talk about your specific individual concerns, whether you have a gluten intolerance or you enjoy special offerings. So she'll be able to help walk you through what we have specifically. We are able to accommodate everyone.
Great, that's wonderful. Good to hear. Can you tell us a little bit, I've heard about these terms and conditions. So if I need to look up the terms and conditions for the meal plans, where exactly do I need to go?
Now, I know terms and conditions can always be a little lengthy, but the terms and conditions are a great place to find all those extra questions, including due dates, how to use your meal plan, and where do you go. So all you have to do, again, you can go on usfdining.com and you click the meal plan button, and it'll actually be on the left-hand side. It'll also be in a paper format when you come for orientation. It'll be right on that dining brochure.
Great, thank you, thank you. And I got another question for you. I, of course, love my social media. I hear that you do too. Is USF Dining involved in social networks?
Not only are we on one social network, we're actually on 3. So you can join along with us either on Facebook, which is just search Dining USF, on Twitter, or USF Dining, and Instagram as well.
Great, that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Ashley, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Go Bulls!
So we've actually prepared a fun little recurring video for you, but before we do that, we want to let you know that we're going to be bringing our next expert, who is Sarah Connolly from International Admissions. So if you're an international student and you have questions, start sending those in now, and we'll be ready for you. But for our next segment, we have a little thing called new hashtags. We know everyone likes to hashtag out there on Twitter and Facebook, so we thought we'd create some original ones just for you here on the USF campus. So we will go ahead and be right back after this.
Housing portal, you should be notified as soon as that's up. Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! USF Housing and Residential Education. Go Bulls! This is Mariah speaking. Go Bulls! Tampa campus. Go Bulls! How can I help you? Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! And if you got nothing out of Bulls, go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Go Bulls! Hornsing!
For them around campus, as for the family weekend, if there
Stop it.
There is a, I don't know what she wanted me to do.
Your housing and residential doesn't mean that you are on campus. Again?
All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed watching that as much as we enjoyed making it. I think we got just about all of our office staff off task with that one. So we have our next guest, Sarah Connolly from International Admissions, joining us. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Sarah.
Oh, thanks for having me, Greg.
So can you go ahead and tell us, really, what is it that you do?
Oh, certainly. I work in international admissions as a recruiter evaluator. So any of our international students, you may have received emails from me throughout the entire admissions process. And it's my job to help you navigate the waters in coming here to USF and joining us this fall.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. And we always hear about checklists here on campus. Can you tell me, is there such a checklist for international students preparing to come to USF?
Oh yes, there certainly is. I know it can be a little bit tricky sometimes figuring out what to do. So what we've done is on our website, www.usf.edu/admissions. On the right-hand side, you'll see a link that says Admitted International Student Checklist. When you click on that, you'll see our 13 steps that students need to take to make sure you have everything in order, all the way from setting up your net ID to signing up for your housing, signing up for orientation, and your pre-arrival checklist.
Great, thank you. So from your work with international students, what would you say are the biggest adjustments that need to be made for those students coming to school here in the United States?
Culture shock is definitely a big concern for our students, and it's not something to take lightly. Almost all students go through an initial honeymoon period where we're very excited, but then the homesickness can set in. And one of the ways we can combat that is to maintain a good social network with our friends here. We have lots of great opportunities for you to network with American students and other international students. We have an international student association and several clubs that are set up just for certain areas of the world, like the African Student Association. You can make friends with current USF students who have had the same challenges you're having right now already or experiencing them with you. But I also recommend reaching out and joining those other organizations that are full of American students as well. Another key tip is to make sure that you stay open and don't worry about making mistakes. We all make them. Be open, talk to people, and then you yourself will be able to more accurately and adequately navigate these social waters when you're here. And then lastly, another thing to do is to make sure you engage our staff and faculty. I really encourage you to come by the International Admissions Office or International Student Services to talk with us about any trouble you may be having or questions or concerns, even if it's simple as, what are the fun things to do in Tampa? I can easily help you out with that.
Great, great. And you actually touched on this. I have a question for
Yes.
you. Once the international students get here, is there a certain place they can go if they need help with employment, their visa, anything like that?
Yes, we have International Student Services, and they're located in the Patel building on campus, and they are wonderful. They're the one-stop shop for our international students who are here on campus. They'll help you with your visa. If you want to find a job on campus, which I recommend doing, you can work up to 20 hours per week, receive payment for that, and be able to use it towards your visa. International Student Services can help you with the paperwork for that and also help you find those jobs and opportunities on campus.
Great, great. Thank you very much. Well, I want to say thank you very much to Sarah for coming on the program. We really appreciate it. So, coming up, we're going to take another video break, but before that, I want to let you know we have two very special guests from my stomping ground, Housing and Residential Education, Dr. Anthony White, our Program Director for Living Learning Communities, and the famous Dave Kloiber, our Assistant Director for Assignments. So I know we're going to have lots of Dave questions coming up there. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not time for you yet. A little bit of a goof on my part. I'm sorry, everyone. We're actually coming in with Kevin Urasek. I'm very sorry. And I hear that a lot of OTLs, as orientation team leaders, are in our audience tonight. Are you excited for Kevin to come on the show? Yeah! All right, but don't worry, I promise Dave is coming next after that. So we're going to be talking with Kevin, but before that we want to show you a special video we've been working on. It's a sneak peek at one of our area info videos to show off our communities here on campus. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, and we'll be right back after this.
The Andros complex is split into two areas, known as Andros 1 and Andros 2. The Andros 1 area, consisting of Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, and Eta, houses approximately 640 residents and was renovated in the summer of 2012. The Andros 2 area, consisting of Iota, Kappa, Lambda, Mu, and Theta, houses approximately 707 residents and was renovated in the summer of 2013. The Andros area has its own pool, retail shop, classrooms, mailroom, as well as 2 laundry facilities. Next to Theta are the Andros tennis courts. In the quad of Kappa, Theta, and Iota is the Andros volleyball court. Near Mu and Lambda is the Andros basketball court. All Andros accommodations are suite style, with up to 8 people sharing a suite style living space and a bathroom. All suites feature a study area with desk space for each resident, built-in closet space, and a bed. There is also a study lounge located on every floor of the Andros complex halls. Kitchens on every floor feature stoves and ovens.
All right, welcome back, welcome. So we are here with Kevin Jurasik, and he's going to be talking about orientation. So Kevin, could you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do?
Sure, Greg, I'd be glad to. My name is Kevin Jurasik, like you said, and I'm the Event and Marketing Coordinator in Orientation. So what that means is that I'm in charge of making sure that all of the orientation events are happening, doing all of that event planning, as well as the marketing and communications to our new students.
Great, great. And I hope you can help me. I have something I've been wondering about. I've seen Global Beginnings Week come up, and I know it has something to do with international students. Can you take us through what that is, please?
Sure. Sarah was actually, she talked about international students, but Global Beginnings Week is that orientation she mentioned, where we have a special week-long program just for international students when they arrive. And there's a 2-day orientation session for them, but then there's an entire week of programming dedicated just to making sure that international students are ready and comfortable to start classes here at USF.
Great, excellent, excellent. And actually the big question is, really, why do we have orientation?
So orientation is required by the USF system, but it's important because you need to know how to be a student at USF, and you need to know these academic policies and everything to make sure that you're prepared. But it's also, being engaged in the campus and understanding how to take advantage of the 4 years here.
Great, great, thank you. Now, how can students sign up for orientation?
All right, it's really easy. There's 2 steps. You go to usf.edu/orientation. Right up at the top, there's green little tabs. That top left tab says sign up now.
And can students bring guests to orientation?
Absolutely. On the sign-in, when you go into the My Orientation system, you see that it will say guests. That means guests or family members. For first-year students, that's $80 each. And that also includes a separate 2-day orientation program just for the family members. So they get custom content just for them so they can help transition their student into USF and understand all of those policies as well. And it includes 5 meals in our dining halls.
Oh, great, great. Now, I've seen this question come up in the groups a few times. What if a student says they aren't able to attend any orientation session?
None at all. So, like I said, orientation is required. We will work with you, again, and that's a case-by-case basis. But we do need to make sure that everyone is attending orientation before they start classes. And typically, there's always something that we can do to make sure somebody gets into an orientation.
Great, great. Who's your favorite orientation team leader?
My favorite? I love all of them.
I was just kidding. I like that. I like that we had someone in the crowd ready to go ahead and own that and say, I am, who is
She's
that?
ready,
The
she's ready.
Best OTL over there. Okay. We're very excited for orientation. It's one of our favorite
so are
times
they,
of
so
year.
are they.
I can hear that. So thinking about when they get here, what should students expect? What's the experience going to be like?
At the orientation, so it's 2 days and it's a ton of information, Greg. Now, so really they just need to be prepared to take in all this information and kind of understand that they're going to have to process that after the orientation because it is just so much. So there's a mix of sessions with professional staff facilitators across campus, a lot of interaction with the orientation team leaders, kind of one-on-one and peer groups. They're in teams of typically about 12 new students to 1 OTL. A lot of interaction, a lot of experience with them. You really get to know that person. They're really kind of your guide as you start class. So on that second day, that's the big thing. Everybody wants to get classes, right? So second day, after you go through everything, you meet with your academic advisor in the computer lab, and you pick those classes for the fall semester.
And that brings up another question, and I've seen this a number of times, in terms of the date of an orientation session. So
Okay.
Does that have any effect on the ability to get classes?
Actually, it does not. We work with our colleges to make sure that they are releasing seats in classes throughout the summer. We know that summer classes and even fall classes, there are the most common classes and the most popular ones. So we're saving seats and releasing them throughout the summer. So really any student, no matter when they attend orientation, has the same opportunity to get those courses.
Great, thank you. And thinking about it, I know that there's a lot they probably take away, but what are the key things that we want students to take away from their orientation experience?
All right, so definitely leaving with that course schedule and understanding your degree requirements and how to successfully start class and, of course, graduate in 4 years, but really feeling encouraged encouraged and engaged with the university and being ready to get started with experience here at USF.
Great, great. And something else we'd like to know, since we have all these orientation team leaders here, we've
Yes.
got to talk about them, right? Yeah! I think they just like to woo no matter what. I think that's what it is. We make eye contact, the woo begins. That's
Yes.
fine with me, students. So
All summer long.
So what is the role of the OTL? What is the impact there in terms of, I'm a new student coming to campus, I have an orientation team leader. Who
Yes.
are they to me?
All right, so the OTL, they are really the face of orientation. So, I do all this stuff behind the scenes, but, nobody, after, they ask me questions on Facebook and they don't really care about me. It's about the orientation team leaders. So that's what's important, is that they are handpicked undergraduate student leaders who are involved in a variety of things on campus. Everything from academic and professional organizations to social organizations and all majors to really provide you that unique perspective. So like I said, you'll have one orientation team leader that you're assigned to on your team, and that student, you'll really get to know. But you will have the opportunity to interact with all of the orientation team leaders, and they'll be able to kind of refer you if you have a specific interest and they know that somebody else on the team shares that interest.
Great, thank you. And is there anything else that we should be sharing at this point about orientation to get everyone ready?
Well, I think it's important to go ahead and make sure that you're signed up now. That is definitely something we want you to get taken care of, because as we've talked about on the Facebook group and everything, that does impact other kind of processes with housing assignments and everything else, and even getting your courses pre-registered if you're starting in the summer. So make sure you get your orientation reservation taken care of. You can always add your guests or family members later. So if you confirm and pay the $155 fee for the student and your parents or family members decide to attend later, you can add them.
Great, great. That's excellent, excellent. So actually, we're going to get ready. I'm correct this time, and that Dave and Dr. White will be joining us just after this break. So we're going to take a few minutes and play a little video for you that tells you all about the assignments process. And while that video is playing, if you have questions about living learning communities or the housing assignment process, go ahead and start asking away now so that we can have them ready for Dr. White and Dave. So we'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Serene with Housing and Residential Education. I'm a public relations assistant with the housing marketing team, and I'm a resident assistant in Poplar Hall, a place I've heard many of you want to live in. I'm going to share some information with you about the housing application process. So come on and let's get started. We are in Castor Hall. Check out the beautiful view of Castor Beach. The first thing you want to do is review the many housing options available on our beautiful campus. If you live nearby, we invite you to join us for a tour. I'm in the Castor Tour Room right now. Tours start at the Central Housing Office located on the second floor of Andros Hall, seen on the campus map as RAR 229. We give tours Monday through Friday at 12:45 p.m. Also, you can visit our website at www.usf.edu/housing and click on the Housing Options button at the top of the page to check out all of our communities. Prioritize your needs. Perhaps suite style is your favorite, or maybe there's a particular building that you want to live in. You might even want to apply to join a living learning community. Living learning communities, or LLCs, are special communities within various halls made up of students sharing a common academic focus or special interest. Learn more about LLCs in the residential experience section of our website or visit www.usf.edu/LLC. It's time to apply. Visit our website and click on the Housing Application button at the top of the page. Choose the section that applies to you so you get the right information. Let's pretend I'm a first-year student. I choose that option to see the information relevant to me. Make sure to read everything on this page before applying. Remember that in order to receive a housing assignment, you need to complete the 5 housing application steps. If you are a first-year student starting in the summer, you will need to complete a Summer B contract and Fall contract, listed as 2014-15 student housing contract. Remember to complete all application steps for both summer and fall. This means the application fee, prepayment, and housing application will need to be completed for both Summer B and Fall. When you are ready to apply, click the Apply in the Housing Portal button. From here on out, just navigate to the application you want to complete. Make sure to continue through the application until you are finished. The housing contract portion is not the end. Keep going until you are finished. Make sure you have access to your USF email while applying. There will be a confirmation code sent to you during the housing contract portion. At the end of the housing application, you will be presented with links to pay your application fee and prepayment. You can pay these fees now or wait until later. If you wait, just visit our homepage and click the Make a Payment button. So now that you have completed your housing application, paid the $50 application fee, and the $200 prepayment, what's next?
Immunization shots!
Circle, circle, dot, dot.
Now I've got a cootie shot.
Thankfully, cootie shots aren't a requirement on our immunization form, but other shots are. So click the link in the housing application section of our website for immunizations. All the information is there, and you can even submit your form online. You select a meal plan when you complete the fall housing application. This satisfies the meal plan requirement so you can receive an assignment. But remember that you need to purchase a meal plan before you will be able to move in. Learn more and purchase a meal plan at www.usf.edu/dining. Also, remember to reserve your orientation session. Visit www.usf.edu/orientation to learn more and reserve your session. When you have completed all 5 housing application steps, you will be eligible to receive an assignment. Assignments come out in waves about every 2 weeks over the summer. You can log into the housing portal on our homepage anytime to change your housing or roommate preferences up until you have been assigned. Don't worry, if you have been assigned already, you can complete a room change request in the housing portal. But wait, there's one last thing. As a student at USF, remember to only use your @mail.usf.edu email address when communicating with the university. And always include your UID number in the email. There are thousands of you and only a few of us. This helps us serve more of you and faster. From all of us in housing and residential education, thank you for choosing USF. You will love living on campus, where it is the best place to live, best place to work, and the best place to learn. Go Bulls! And now time for more USF Housing Live.
All right. Well, I hope that everyone has memorized everything in that video. That was a joke. It's okay. I saw some people pulling pencils out in the audience there. You're already here. It doesn't matter for you. But anyway, we do have our experts. So we're joined by Dr. Anthony White and David Kloiber. So if you have any questions at all about living learning communities or housing assignments, go ahead and send them in. And we have started receiving those, so we'll get to those in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and do introductions. So Dr. White, can you tell us a little bit about what it is you do here with housing and residential education?
Sure. In my role, I get to work with our partners from our academic affairs as well as student affairs partners. I also get to work with our residence life coordinators and our resident assistants to ensure that our living learning communities are successful and student-centered.
Great, thank you. And of course, for those of you who didn't catch episode 1, we've got to check in with Dave. So Dave, what do you do here?
Well, it's great to be back, Greg. And I am responsible for the assignments, the applications, and really ensuring that our students have the accommodations that they need in our residence halls.
Great, thank you. So let's go right into the questions that we've seen coming in over YouTube. So Becky Lee Rawls would like to know, if my friend and I both requested each other as roommates, will we be guaranteed to live together?
I guess that would be a me question.
That's a Dave question.
And so, yes, Becky, we do everything we can to get you and your intended roommate together. The important thing is that you both get assigned at the same time. And so that means that you both have completed your application and that you both have completed all your payments, your immunizations are in, and then as long as we're assigning you at the same time, you should end up in the same room or the same suite, and then we'll make sure you're in the same room.
Great, thank you. I have another question. I'm not sure if this is a Dr. White or a Dave, but let's go ahead and throw it out there. Denisha would like to know, when do the BBC Living Learning Community assignments come out? And if you choose to live there, will your previous housing options be discarded?
I guess I'll answer that one. We actually have started doing the LLC assignments as of last week in preparation of doing our large, massive assignment run, hopefully within the next day. And we started with honors, and we have done some of the BBC assignments. But yes, if you're selected for the BBC, we will basically toss out your room preferences in lieu of your accepted application for the BBC, and then we will assign you in there, and we'll use your roommate preferences in order to try and find you the best roommate.
So I'm going to go ahead and throw a little curveball in there. And of course, you know the curveball's going to Kloiber. So Kloiber, I got a question for you, buddy. All right. I hope Kevin's okay with this. It's kind of an orientation question, but I know Dave can help us out. So Dave, can you tell us, if someone arrives early for orientation, can they come the day before and pay a fee to stay overnight? How does that work?
Yes, we do recognize that our students who are coming to orientation right before the beginning of the term aren't just coming with an overnight bag. They are coming with everything they need for the summer B term or for the fall term, and so we do permit you to move in a little early. So if you're coming in on that Thursday before summer B begins for orientation, if you need to come on Wednesday to move into your, to get your belongings into your room, yes, you would be charged an additional fee for that night. But the important thing is that for that Thursday night of orientation, you are staying in the orientation building with the rest of your group.
Great, thank you, thank you. And I've had a question from Joaquin would like to know, how soon can I apply for my, my living, my meal plan, if I'm not arriving until the spring?
Okay, we will open up our spring assignment process after the fall opens, and that way there's no confusion with the application process. And so we will be looking forward to hearing from you probably around the beginning of September when we open up those applications.
Great, thank you. I think we have a Dr. White question up here.
Oh, great.
We do. Well, a couple of them. Well, first up, we have a question from Nikki, who would like to know, what is the likelihood that I will room with international students if I am a part of the Global Citizens Living Learning community?
That really just depends on the participants who apply this year. Our goal is to have that be a diverse population, and so off the top of my head, I'm not able to say what the percentage of that will be, but I know that even if you're not able to, Global interacts with Into a lot and other foreign students, so you'll have the opportunity to really interact with a diverse group and gain the experience you're looking for, maybe not as a roommate, but in general.
Great, great, thank you. And I got another LLC question. I'm not sure who could field this one, but Paul would like to know, when will the engineering LLC assignments come out?
Well, we are waiting on the list of engineering participants from our engineering partner. And so until we receive that list, we won't be able to start making those assignments, but we do anticipate getting that list rather shortly.
Yeah. Great, thank you, thank you. Here's a question. From Christine Sherry would like to know, does applying early help your chances of living where you want to?
Applying early is the beginning. So the earlier you apply, the better your chances are. But it's also important to get the payments in and to get your immunizations in so that you can complete the application and be ready for assignment. And in addition, this year we did add the orientation requirement that you register and/or attend orientation prior to being assigned a room. And so if you complete all those steps as early as possible, yes, it gets you in line sooner.
Great, great. And I know there's a lot of interest in our LLCs being our living learning communities. Do we know, are there LLCs still accepting applications?
Yes, all of our LLCs are still accepting applications. The amount of space in those will vary, but we're still very interested in having students. If you have an interest, go online, please fill out the application, or speak to us when you come for orientation. We'll have some representatives who can answer questions about them, or the flyers that we'll have, so you can find out more information about those.
Great, thank you. And I've got a question for you. We have a lot of students that get involved with the living learning community experience, and can you just give us an overview of why we have LLCs? What is the benefit to our students?
The benefits are that the students get a more intimate experience, so it's like developing a smaller community of your own outside of the one that you normally build. There's an opportunity to live with students who have similar academic or extracurricular interests, so you get to develop those bonds. You get to have in-hall advising. There's opportunities to meet deans and professors in academic colleges, so an opportunity to set yourself up for success on some different levels.
Excellent, thank you, thank you. I got a question for you, Dave, here. This is something that comes up a lot. We're talking about roommates, and I'm wondering what happens, let's say we have two students who want to live together, and they want to be roommates, and one person has completed all of their application steps, but the other person hasn't. Does that have any impact on their assignment?
That has a great impact on whether or not you're assigned together as roommates. Our system is designed to match you at the time of assignment. And so if you're both not ready to be assigned at the same time, we are not going to hold up your assignment because you took care of all your requirements early enough. in order to wait for your roommate, because then you may not get the preferred housing that you're looking for. So we do have the opportunity to request a room change once assignments do come out. And we do ask you to please wait until you're assigned to request a room change, because otherwise it doesn't make a lot of point to request a change of something you don't have yet. But it's certainly best to work with your friend or your intended roommate and try to make sure that they're getting their information in and completed in a timely fashion so that we can assign both of you together and really make that match that you hope is going to be perfect for you.
Great, thank you. And if students want to look up which application steps have been completed, is there a way they can do that?
Sure. Under each application, there are a few other forms available, and one of those forms is the review and update form for the particular application you completed. So let's say you did the fall application, which is the 2014-2015 student housing application. If you look 3 forms below that, you'll see that there's a review and update form, and you can click on that and you'll see what your status is on your payments, whether or not your application is complete financially, whether or not your immunizations have been received and accepted, what your orientation status is, and of course, what your assignment status is.
Great, great, thank you. So if I'm starting in the summer, what's different? Do they need to do just 1 application, 2 applications? What's different for the process for those students starting in Summer B?
Well, we're happy to welcome our students in Summer B to really start off and really kickstart their career here at USF. And yes, there is a separate application for Summer B as well as for the fall for the 2014-15 academic year. And so there are 2 separate applications, and so there are 2 separate application fees, 2 separate prepayments. But if you qualify, you can request deferments for each of those application fees or waivers for each of those application fees. So please keep an eye on your financial aid package, because that's really what's going to tell us whether or not you can at least earn a waiver for your prepayment. And if you have an estimated family contribution, or EFC, of $1,500 or less, then you do qualify for a $200 prepayment waiver for each application.
And it's good you bring that up. Where do students go if they want to apply for the waiver or deferment?
Well, those I mentioned earlier that the update form was about 3 forms below the application on the application screen. Well, the deferment for the application fee is right below the application, and the waiver form for that particular application is right below that.
Great, great. Well, thank you. So we want to say thank you very much, both of you, for being on the show. We really appreciate your time coming out.
Pleasure.
And what's coming up next is something very special. Our camera operator, Chase Taylor, and our social media specialist, Tyler Fordham, put on this really cool video called Best Places. So that's going to be coming up next. But first, we want you to know that we're going to be bringing our students on. You can ask any questions at all about the experience of living here on campus, of being a student, of what that transition is like. If you have questions about being a student at USF, this is the time to start asking. And when we come back after the video, we'll be ready to answer those for you right here live on the air. So thank you very much, and here comes Best Places with Chase and Tyler.
This is the best place to find a great view on campus. We're here atop the Juniper Poplar parking garage, and would you look at that? Busch Gardens. Best place to relax in nature, the Juniper Poplar Pond on the south side of campus.
And while you're here, this is also the best place to
hang a hammock. This is the best place to climb a tree, and you can find it at the bottom of the MLK lawn right next to the Fine Arts Building.
We're here at the best place to read a book, here at the center of the MLK lawn.
Best place to catch some rays, right here on the Castor Beach.
We're here in front of COSO, right next to the Castor lawn, where it's the best place to see pretty flowers.
Best place to live.
Here on campus with USF Housing.
Join us next time for more Best Places with Chase and Tyler.
All right, I really loved that video. I thought that was a lot of fun. And that's one of our recurring segments. So we're going to have that coming up in episodes 3 and 4, our Best Places with Chase and Tyler. So joining me today are a couple of our expert students. So first we have Sandiana Merville. Welcome, Sandiana.
Hello.
And then we have Caitlin Deans. Welcome, Caitlin. Also goes by Deansy. So a lot of people call her that. Everyone named Greg Bowers on this campus loves to call her Deansy. So feel free. Maybe I'll start something here. I'm trying to embarrass her as best I can on live shows. So here we go. All right. So some questions that I've got for you. And of course, those of you who are watching at home, please send those questions in. We'll be happy to help you out. We'd like to know, really, how's your summer going?
Well, me personally, my summer's going pretty well. I'm actually doing really well. I'm taking 2 classes, taking statistics and film and culture, and I'll also be working for housing in the assignments office. So I'm a ROC during the summer. And
what is a ROC?
ROC is a residential outreach communication specialist, and what we do is we facilitate the housing assignment office with assigning the new students who are coming on campus. We answer phone calls, and we just help the new students who are coming in.
Great. Caitlin, were you over a ROCs? Is it ROC or ROCs? There's a good question. How does that plural work out?
I know, that is kind of funny. Well, the full title is ROCs because it has specialists at the end, but we kind of just call it ROC for short because it's easier to use in conversation. But I actually was a ROC. That's how I started my career with USF Housing last summer, and that was a blast, so I continued. I still work at the desk as a student assistant. So that's what I'm doing this summer also, in addition to Sandiana. So if you ever call us up, then we'll be happy to help you. But yeah, over the summer, I've just been having a good time with that, hanging out with some friends, taking some classes, and just getting ready for my senior year. So
Great. Well, I've got a question for both of you. And Caitlin, if you want to get us started, I'd like to know, what was your first day like when you came to USF?
Good question. Well, I was actually a transfer student when I came to USF, and I was really excited to get started. I remember I was just excited. Unfortunately, I remember I had the flu my first day here, so that was not a great way to start, but I utilized our student health services, and they got me patched up and good to go. Got me back on track really quickly.
Was that your first stop? Did you just pull in and say, where's Student Health Services located?
Yeah. So that was a good experience, actually. It taught me a lot about the resources we have on campus and really helped. And I just remember going to my classes and being excited about my professors. I was still finding my way around where everything was, so I kind of had to explore. And it was a good time.
Cool. So. Thank you. Well, Sandiana, can you tell us, what was your first day like at USF?
Okay, well, my first day was kind of daunting. It was very interesting. When I first came here, I was super excited because I came from orientation. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so great. And then I kind of got into my residence hall, and my parents left, and I was like, oh my God, I'm all alone. And I was sort of sad, but I could talk to my parents, and they really, really helped me. And I sort of jumped into the USF lifestyle and never looked back.
Did you talk to yourself in that voice walking around campus? I'm just kidding.
A little bit, yeah. That's me. That's my personality. So yeah.
That's great. So here's a question that's just come in. This is an interesting one. So Kevin Kerr would like to know: is there anywhere I can go to get a virtual tour of the Castor Hall Residence Hall?
Well,
I actually know the answer, but I'm going to throw it out there and see.
Okay. Well,
we're here to test you.
Okay, it's fine.
So where do they go to find out more about Castor?
Okay. Well, if you want to find out more about Castor, at the housing office, we do daily tours at 12:45 Monday through Friday, so you can come in and actually get a real live tour. But we actually are coming out with videos, which will be giving a virtual tour of Castor. So you can do that as well soon.
Great. Yeah, actually, we played one of those videos today to show off Beta and Castor. So definitely hit the rewind button is what I would recommend. Check that out. That's great. Thank you. So can you tell us, what was it like living with a roommate for the first time?
Would you like to answer?
Sure. Well, living with a roommate is something that a lot of people have to get used to. I was a little bit used to it because I had shared a room with my sister at home, but it was different being with someone that I didn't know. So at first there was a little bit of a learning curve, just getting to know them. I remember the first night I ever slept with a roommate in my room. I was just like, oh wow, this is a little bit strange. But then after a couple days, it was like I had never not lived with them. So it was fun. You just have to keep an open mind and be willing to work together to solve any problems you might have, and it's really fun. Everyone I've ever lived with, we've stayed pretty good friends. We've kept in touch, and I've always had a really good time with them. So
Cool. Sandiana, what was it like for you?
Well, I've loved my roommates. I've actually had quite a few, and we've like really bonded. A lot of my roommates, like I had a roommate during my freshman year, and she became my roommate during my sophomore year as well because we bonded so well. So I feel if you keep an open mind, like she said, if you keep an open mind, sort of like speak and communicate to your roommate, you can really get along.
Great, thank you. Now here's something, I talk about this in the group, in that finding a roommate is not the same as finding a best friend. And that I hear oftentimes students are looking for someone with similar interests, and that there are other elements I always think are more important. Maybe could you share what are things that our students should be looking for as they seek out roommates for the first time?
I would definitely agree with you that being best friends with someone does not necessarily make them the best, quality, like not the best qualities for a roommate, simply because it's about living habits versus interests. So that on the housing application, you'll notice that we have questions that screen for things such as room temperature and sleep schedules, which is very important because sometimes you could be great friends with somebody and all your interests align perfectly, but if I'm a night owl and you're an early riser, then it's not going to exactly work. So we have those questions in the housing applications to help screen people who are going to be more compatible with you in living style.
Great. And let's say it's not working out. Can I just go ahead and fill out an application and have my roommate removed and have a fresh one put in? How does that work?
Well, not exactly. We can't exactly force people out of your room. If you would like to move, you can do so. We have a room change request on the housing portal, and you can go ahead and fill that out if you feel that you can no longer live there, but you can't physically remove your roommates. That won't happen.
Okay, I'm glad. That's good to know. So we will not want to try that.
Okay.
Good. And this is a question. I've actually had it phrased to me this way, so I'm going to go ahead and read it right from here. So let's say I'm a new student, and I think my roommate is a weirdo. What do I do about that? Very general.
Okay, well, that's definitely an interesting question. My advice to any student who says that, Sandiana could probably confirm this, is just to step back and think about your definition of weirdo. That's one of the biggest things about coming to college, is that you have to learn to get along with people who are different from you. Because, for example, USF is very diverse. You're going to be meeting people from all walks of life, from all different backgrounds. We have people from around the world who come here, as we've talked about previously on the show. Last time on USF Housing Live, 13 countries were watching, so that's just one example. So just think about why you think they're weird, and maybe you just need to see things from their perspective, and just really open your mind.
That's
and
great. I would always say, maybe you're a weirdo to them.
Right. Just communicate. Communication is always key.
Yeah, everyone's a weirdo. Am I right, audience? All right, they're just paid to agree. Is that true? I'm just joking. They're not getting paid. Okay. So a couple other questions have come in here, and Javier would like to know what job opportunities are available for students.
There are a lot of job opportunities available on campus. You can work anywhere. Me and Sandiana work in the housing office. We have students who work for Greg on the marketing team. You can work in our dining halls. You can work at the library. Almost any office on campus hires students in some capacity. So the best way to look for that is we have an application online where you can find all the jobs available at USF. And I believe the website for that is employment.usf.edu. or something similar. If you search careers at USF in Google, then you'll be able to find it. So, and the earlier you search in the semester, the better. Just a little tip.
Great, thank you. We've had another question come in. It's actually a Greg question. I get to answer one. All right, here we go. All right. So, someone would like to know, when do we find out about Bull Hall? Well, I'll let you know that the Bull Hall notification will come out in July. So don't be afraid. If you applied months ago, the chances are you're probably getting in. So it is first come, first serve, and we are looking for 700 volunteers. Though we only have room for, I think, another 160 to 200 students to join us. So the applications are still available. And actually, to get ready for that, we're going to play a little video in just a moment, and we're going to come back with another student. So I want to say a special thank you to Caitlin and Sandiana for joining us today. We're going to play a short commercial, and we'll be right back after this. it's time to get your game face on. Because it's time to look toward the future. To stand tall and proud. To get a little weird. To make new friends. To get excited. It's time to apply for Bull Hall. Join one of the largest volunteer opportunities USF has to offer. All right, we're back. So please apply for Bull Hall today. All right, so that having been said, we have another special guest here. We're going to meet with Curvins Delphon. So welcome to the show, Curvins. How's it going?
Thanks for having me back, Greg. It's pretty good right now.
Yeah, how's the summer going for you?
Well, summer just started, but I could guarantee by the end of summer it's going to be phenomenal.
Great, and why is that?
Well, I'm phenomenal, that's why.
Oh, we know.
Well, basically because I will be volunteering at different hospitals. I am taking summer classes, and I just plan on having a blast this summer.
Great. And I know we covered some of this in episode 1, but for those who are just joining us, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself. So what is it that you're studying, and what are your long-term goals here at USF?
Hello, everyone. I am studying cell and molecular biology currently right now. And long-term goals, just be a physician, more like pediatrics.
Great. And, well, let's touch on a few things we talked about earlier. I'd like to know, what was your first day like at USF?
Oh, first day. It was a roller coaster, I could say, for the most part.
So you were at Busch Gardens for the day, I understand.
I actually came to Tampa and didn't know much about Busch Gardens till like my second year.
Really? You didn't? Did you not go to Busch Gardens your first year?
I did not go to Busch Gardens my first year.
Okay, I thought they expel you for that, but I guess not. All right, that's good to know.
Well, apparently, yeah.
I thought it was a requirement.
But first day, Week of Welcome just took me by surprise.
Yeah. What is Week of Welcome?
Week of Welcome is like a celebration. Can I say celebration? It's like a celebration where USF, for the most part, just welcomes the students in the utmost best fashion they can. Like it's amazing.
I hear there's free food.
There's free food and it's amazing.
Awesome.
It's amazing. So I get out of my parents' car and I just head straight to Marshall Student Center, and I'm at Week of Welcome for hours. And of course, they got mad.
Did you leave the parents? They were just
I left
on the
them.
curb somewhere? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Were they getting your room together or something?
I didn't get the room key. I forgot. So I just went to Marshall Student Center, Week of Welcome, free stuff, people. I'm interacting, I'm socializing, I'm having fun. I come back to my parents with a smile, and they turn that to a frown quickly. And
I hope your parents are watching right now. I really do.
Hey, Mom, sorry. And moved in, had quite a few bit of tears from me. My parents, they're hardcore. They just looked at me and said, "Good luck, and I'm gonna miss you." And I kind of like teared a little bit, but first day.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Our audience needs to react to that. He teared up a little bit, everyone. I just love having an audience. This is wonderful. Sorry, Curvins, you were saying?
But yeah, that explains the roller coaster right there. It was fun though.
Well, great. I get a lot of questions about joining student organizations. So for our incoming first-year students, when can they join student organizations and how?
Great question. I actually joined plenty of organizations when I first came in because of orientation. We go to the Marshall Student Center. There's a lot of booths around, full of information. You go up, the people are friendly, they socialize, and you pretty much just talk to them. If you like it, you can sign up on the spot. But if you don't get the chance to do that, you can also go to involvement.usf.edu, or you can also Google it, involvement at USF, and join different organizations from there.
Great, thank you. We've got a question that just came in. So Sally T would like to know, is it true that the first 2 years of college is the same for everyone?
That is not true, actually. Depending on your major, you kind of go into it a little bit. But the prereqs, you want to get those out the way. Some come to college completing those prereqs. So it's not the same for everyone. It just depends.
Great, well, thank you. Let's see, we might have some other questions here.
Right, okay.
Oh, we did, and we don't. Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
So one other thing I'd like to ask you real quick. We hear this a lot of students talking about it in the Facebook group. What does it mean to go Greek?
To go Greek, I am not part of any Greek organization, by the way. But to go Greek, I think it means to join a phenomenal organization that participates in philanthropy, that are also active a lot within student organizations, different ones, and that looks into their academics a lot. Like they really do take care of their academics.
Well, great. Well, thank you. That's all the time we have for Curve. I'd like to say thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. It's been great. So I had a second little flub earlier, and I thought we showed that Beta Castor video, but we didn't. But for those of you out there who wanted to see a little bit of a tour of Beta and Castor Hall, we've got that coming up for you next, and we'll be back in just a moment. So here comes that video, and we'll see you just after this.
Beta Hall and Castor Hall are two traditional style residence halls, each designed with 2 wings per floor. Castor houses approximately 360 residents and Beta houses about 280. Both halls are co-ed and exclusive to first-year students. Beta and Castor are located in the Argos area and are very close to the Fresh Food Company Dining Hall and the Marshall Student Center. On the south side of Castor is the Castor Beach, which features white sands, hammocks for relaxing, and umbrellas to shade residents from the warm Florida sun. On the south side of Beta, there are volleyball and basketball courts, which residents can be seen enjoying day and night. In Castor Hall, men and women live in separate wings, while in Beta, men's rooms and women's rooms share each wing. Each wing shares a common bathroom, which is cleaned daily. There are also accessible bathrooms for those who need them. Laundry facilities are located on the first floor, where residents can pay with change or bull bucks to use the washers and dryers. Each floor has a kitchen, where residents have access to a stove and oven. There are a number of common spaces throughout the buildings for residents to hang out and socialize. Study lounges are located on every floor. Beta and Castor feature mainly double occupancy rooms with 2 beds, desks, chairs, and dressers. Visit usf.edu/housing to learn more and apply to live on campus.
All right, that does it for us here at USF Housing Live. I'd like to say a special thank you to all of our audience members, all of our guests, all of our crew, and of course, all of you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel so we can keep making USF Housing Live for you, and hopefully we can keep it going into the semester and tell you all kinds of cool stuff. So before we close, I want to tell you we have a little something special in the credits for you. My team loves to put me in embarrassing positions in videos. So we made one of those videos last year, and we're happy to do it again for the class of 2018. So if you go ahead and subscribe to our channel and get those numbers up, it's very likely that I will go ahead and embarrass myself for your entertainment. So from all of us here in Housing Residential Education, thank you very much for watching. We are the best place to live, the best place to work, and the best place to learn. And of course, go Bulls! Yeah. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Greg is here, and I'm on a mission. Facebook grabs a hold of me tightly. Post on the group daily and nightly. Will we ever stop? No, that's a show. Housing telling you all the things you need to know. To the class of 17, thanks for letting me ramble. Send me your questions, there's nothing I can handle. Email, go to the nearest computer. Hit me up, even if you're a commuter. Quickly, it's a faster reply. Get your answer so fast, I'll blow your mind. Live it, love it, that's all I gotta say. Come and live that bull life temper every day. If you got a question, I'll solve it. Check out the website or tag me in a comment. Or tag me in a comment. Or tag me in a comment.